All right, this is my mother's property. She had to move her containers. She has them set up to kind of block the neighbors. But they're out on the road on the other side of those trees right there. And trying to help her out with this. I'm in my business in Newport Beach. So I come up here quite a bit, but I helped her get these moved. So it's her property. She paid for it, but anyways, she had 4 containers over there. She had one moved there. The guy didn't put it up against that container, kind of out of place. Actually, too much out of place. I don't know why he left it like that. Because before there was 2 containers side by side. We had that container moved back in the very back. The container that was there, we had to switch those 2 out. So, these containers were already here. We've had about 6 different drivers out here to move containers at different times. As you can see, they're all nicely put here along the fence line. And so your guy dropped off. There's supposed to be 4 more containers down here. The ones that he moved from the front of the property, he was moving them down here. As you can see, he left big gaps. When he was out here, he said, well, I'm not going to get them right up against each other. And I figured, well, yeah, an inch or 2, sure, no problem. But he left massive gaps. That gap was supposed to be there so I could pull the vehicle up and if we need to get stuff in and out of the container. But that gap was not supposed to be there. That gap was not supposed to be there. And then the 4th container, which was supposed to be up against this blue container, is way down there. So he came out the day before to move the containers, and he said he couldn't. Came down this way. He said he couldn't get down this way unless I widened it. So I had the guy come out here and get rid of all the greasewoods here and widen it so he could pull the trailers in, the containers in. These 3 containers, supposed to have the 4th one there. When he got, so he said, yeah, I can do it. Just got to move all these shrubs out of the way here. Right there, a little bit there. So he backed those in, and it took him, oh my God, 4 hours total to move these things. It was terrible. He couldn't back them in. He kept going back and forth. He can't back it in straight. I don't know why. When he's supposed to put the 4th one here, said he couldn't do it. He said there was not enough room. After he had already told me he could do it the day before as long as we moved the shrubs. So I had to have him moved. I couldn't leave it in the front of the house because it was pretty much on the road. So I said, well, okay, I got to have it off the road, so just dump it. So he dumped it there. He would not put it there where it was supposed to be. He said he couldn't do it. When in fact, the day before he told me he could. Me and my mother drew up a diagram with all the layout. I gave it to him the first day he was here, so he knew what was supposed to happen. He knew where they're supposed to go. He knew they're supposed to be against each other like the other containers further down. So I got to have someone else come out and get that container where it's supposed to be and pull those 2 out, put them in the right place. And the other container in the front, he left a big gap and it's not in alignment. And I want those kind of, they should look like this or like these down here, not like that. So, and I asked your girl if they had another driver that was better. She said they didn't. Your company didn't have a better driver. So that's kind of a shocker because we've had 6 drivers out here. And they're able to place them right where they're supposed to be. And the other drivers probably would have taken 2 hours. This guy took 4 hours to do that sloppy work that's not complete. So only one container, that blue container right there, is the only one where it's supposed to be. So all the other ones need to be picked up and moved, adjusted, put where they're supposed to be. So I called the following business day and told the girl what had happened. She said someone would get back with me. No one got back with me. called again, left another message. I left a message another time. No one called back. The driver was going to come down this road and go through there, if you can imagine, or through there. Instead of over here, I had to fight with him on this. Instead of bringing it around through this way. The one container that was replaced right there, when he picked up the container, which was the last one in the back, he wanted to take it through that greasewood tree, and I had to fight with him on. I'm going, you can't do that. So I don't know what his problem was, because there's clearly enough room here, and going through there, and he kept telling me there wasn't, which is ludicrous. There's more than enough room to get through here. So he did, thank God. Otherwise he would have knocked down that Joshua tree and probably damaged the container. So we had a lot of problems with him. This didn't have a big effect, but he didn't know the difference between the word bush and fence. I guess his English is not that good. So anyways, we got to have somebody come out, get someone else out here to fix this problem. Like I said, only one container is where it's supposed to be, so, and I didn't hear back. I'm very busy. My business is down in Newport Beach, so I come out here. I got my mother with a caregiver most of the time. So I'm going to try to get in contact with you directly. I got your email address, so I'm going to send this video over